Why don't you talk about this guy a little bit, how you got involved with him and his development up to this point and where you see him headed?
I got involved with him about 5.5 years ago. His managers called me up one day, and Saturday morning, they had been, the week prior, they had been traveling throughout the Southern California trying to get a gym and a coach, trying to find a gym and a coach. They called me up on a Saturday morning, wanted to see my gym and wanted to meet me, and they come up about 1 o'clock. Gennady and I spent about 3 hours together doing some videotape of his fights. The manager went off to look at the town, and Gennady and I got to talk boxing, got to talk philosophy about boxing in the limited English that he had, but we talked the language of boxing. So we had dinner that night. We met for breakfast in the morning, and after breakfast, obviously that night I researched him. I had no clue who he was. He wasn't known here in the U.S. So I researched him, and I found out that he had quite an extensive amateur record and beaten a lot of the guys that were champions at the time, when they were good prospects at the time. So of course that sparked my interest, and I said, man, what the heck we got here? So the next morning we had breakfast. Finished breakfast, the manager says, actually Max and Oleg say, we'll see you in a couple months. Sure, see you in a couple months. So he leaves, and a couple months later I get a call. He's coming in Sunday afternoon, 2 o'clock. Can I pick him up? I thought somebody was playing a joke on me. I thought, because I had bragged about this kid so much that I thought somebody was playing a joke on me. I said, sure. I'm kind of bad-mouthing him. The more I talked to this guy, it was actually Oleg. It sounded German. It sounded like maybe it was true. So he comes to my gym sometime around April of 2010, and he hasn't left.